Yo, what is good people? Welcome along to my latest video. Today I'm hopefully going to be showing you guys how to use the Lidar to help you locate things in your area. Now it can appear a little daunting at first, but once you've used it a few times you'll get to grips with it, and then hopefully you'll start finding things like you see in my sorts of videos and whatnot. The site we are using is the National Library of Scotland, or the NLS. I'll link the website below as well, and it is a free to access and a free to use website. Now there are other LiDAR websites out there, but I do find this one is the easiest to use and it has a lot more info to hand. Click on the side by side viewer and let's get started, shall we? So let it load up and use the drop downs to change the maps to the LiDAR, and then I find the DTM best, but I will show you the differences between the DTM and the DSM shortly. So this is where you can also search for a specific place of interest, but just for now let's take a little closer look on the map itself, and you'll see a few white sections. Now these either haven't been mapped out for whatever reason, or they have been mapped but have been subject of like a project or something on Paint to cover up some stuff. I don't know, I'll let you make your own minds up on that one. Now I believe that other colours highlight elevation changes, but correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So let's zoom in and see what we can find. And I'm just going to say now, I'm not too bad with geography, so I've got a rough idea that this area here is the Peak District. So this is the sort of stuff you want to be looking for. Impressions in the ground sort of thing. Signs of rock faces, cliffs and foundations, something that's out of the ordinary 9 times out of 10 anyway. And then we can use the maps to cross-reference where it is, and then even use these coordinates in the corner here and search, and then save these locations on Google Maps for you to then visit in person sort of thing. So yeah, I do find using the older maps can show up a thing or two as well. So there's lots going on in the older maps. So it's a case of these things are either still around, they've been destroyed, or they've been buried. Take your pick on that one. So clear signs here to me. The deep impressions, yet another sign to me that something could be around here. And yeah, the signs you want to be looking out for as well tend to be like running water, so rivers, streams, canals, that sort of thing. Then you've got like your woodlands and whatever else, like vegetation, holly bush and stingers and all that. They're a good sign of things. Ridges, so if there's any rock faces sorry, any rock faces near you that stick up out of the ground or whatever, that's a good sign. And then we've got like golf courses, quarries, shooting ranges, national reserves, stately homes. So yeah, more often than not, if you come across this sort of stuff, there's usually more going on. So if you do have a feeling or a hunch, you are usually right, or probably going to be right. So anyway, back to this place, and even the name, Stony Middleton, I'm getting vibes straight away. Now can you see this sort of stuff here, like where I mean deep impressions? Now besides the quarries, which like I say I am going to be diving deeper into, but there's clearly signs of rock faces along with the trees. It definitely makes me feel like there's something here. So let's get onto the old maps and see if they do bring up anything good. And what do you know, straight away we can see caves and caverns, as well as other stuff, lime kilns and such. So I haven't been to this area yet personally, but this would now be a place that I would bookmark, like the locations, save it onto my maps and then visit when I do head that way. So if there's anybody in the area or going to that location, feel free to use the info that I've just provided. So yeah, use those coordinates and cross-reference with maps of your choice, save the locations, visit them, and then see for yourselves what you can uncover. And it also helps as well. For instance, if you've got a feeling or a vibe about a place, use the lidar and confirm your feelings. Now, I hope this has been some help so far. Now, I just want to briefly touch on Scotland, because I know it's done a little bit differently. Instead of the whole country being mapped as one, it's actually mapped in phases. Um, Now, there could be an easier way for this, but like I say, I haven't looked into it much at the moment, Scotland. Um, so yeah, I haven't covered it like my area, but I'm sure there is an easier way to find it. But yeah, like I say, it's done in 5 phases, but it does have the same sort of premise as the English ones, I guess. So if we do zoom in to have a better look, something actually catches my eye. The and I quote now, the unmapped sections in what appears to be a lock. Now I just want to say as well, this isn't pre-planned. This is me literally video recording some genuine footage and then doing a voiceover later on. So what I actually mean is these places I'm focusing on have just so happened to set my senses off, and with good reason, I think. So anyway, let's have a look at the older maps. And as you can see, like, I haven't looked at Scotland enough, so I'm getting used to these maps. But I do plan on changing that, because I do plan on hitting Scotland and seeing as much as possible. So I will be gathering as much as possible beforehand. Um, because yeah, it's not like covering my area where I can go every day. But yeah, like I say, I am getting used to it. But yeah, that present day lock, it seems to just be a river running through on the old maps. Now again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not seeing a lock in the old maps at all. And the fact that it's not all mapped has me wondering if something more isn't actually in this place. Now again, anybody local to there, feel free to use this information and go and check it out for yourselves, and share with us if you like, if you do find anything. Yeah, if you do find anything, I'm not saying you will, but you may do. And yeah, I did say that at the beginning, that I'd explain the difference between DTM and DSM. Now, the one stands for Digital Terrain Model, and the other is a Digital Surface Model. Now, as you can see, they are mapped out a little bit differently, but when you zoom in, you can really start to see the differences. Again, this is no area in particular, but again, it is an area that I feel like should show you everything that I mean. So as we get closer, hopefully on the right hand map, you can see the trees coming into play, and not on the left hand side. Now, this is due to basically what the two lidars are. So the one on the right maps out trees, like tree tops, the tops of buildings and vehicles, etc. Just, things like that. And the one on the left, it actually just shows the ground minus all the stuff that I've just mentioned. So it's cutting through the tree tops, it's cutting through the trees, the stumps and buildings and whatever else. So it is literally just, you know, a ground, like, radar type thing. So yeah. And if we switch to satellite, hopefully you should see what I mean. And yeah, if you zoom in on the motorway as well, hopefully you can see the vehicles being picked up. It's not something actually underneath the road surface itself. And yeah, like, the images don't exactly match up, but that's because these satellite images were obviously taken at different times in life. So yeah, if there's anything you are unsure of, or want to ask me or correct me on, then please comment below. And just remember, this is a free site to use, and all of the info that it provides is free. All it costs you is a little bit of time and a little bit of effort on your part, and you can then uncover, or hopefully uncover, hidden and lost things from our past. As always, I've been Nicky B, and until next time.